Welcome back. It's been a while, but we are starting a new game, and this is our chronicle of Vampire the Masquerade, New Orleans by Night. So before we get into it, a couple of disclaimers that I want to go over real quick. Number one, as I always do with any game we start, we will get things wrong. We will not do rules correctly. However, we are in a very good game for having concessions for that, I feel. There's a lot of things within the Vampire 5th edition core rulebook that give you, leeway that if you're not doing something right, it's okay as long as your group's having fun. And we prescribe to that and always have. If you are a person who really enjoys accuracy in rules and gets, getting everything pinpoint accurate, you probably won't like this, and this may not be the podcast for you. However, if you like story over substance, then welcome aboard.
Hey, we have substance.
True.
Sometimes.
Instead of facts and figures, how about that?
Yes.
The other disclaimer that I want to give is that yes, this is the 5th edition of the game. There's edition wars like in anything, but this is what we have chosen to tell this story, and we feel that it is good for that. The other thing is that we will be using inspiration from, but not necessarily adhering strictly to, the old source book for previous version of Vampire the Masquerade called New Orleans by Night. Some character names will sound familiar to people who are fans of that material. Some characters have had the name stripped off, but the guts stayed the same and completely changed into a different individual. If you're looking for a continuation and an update of New Orleans by Night, again, this won't be that. This is our interpretation of New Orleans by Night. So, with all that said and all those disclaimers out of the way, we're going to go ahead and go around the table and introduce our players and our characters. Adam, we'll start with you. If you'll tell us who you'll be playing.
Okay. My character's name is Andre Ducard. He is a La Sombra.
Yep.
Yeah.
Adam has never played Vampire the Masquerade. You played the Requiem a long time ago, but you've never played the Masquerade.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, just like when I started Changeling, I'm going to be incredibly new to this and asking a bunch of this questions.
Which is why he's playing a neonate, just new to the world.
Yes.
So that he'll be learning along with his character.
Yes,
so
my naivete will be canon. So.
All right.
So Andre Ducard is a La Sombra. He is I don't know, he's probably around in his early 20s or so. He just got out of college, and he is working as in the accounting department at his father's what did we say it was a
Investment firm?
It's an investment firm.
In his investment firm. So he comes from wealth. But he does not have a very good... He has a very weird relationship with his father. His father is very hard on him and expects the absolute best of him at all times. And so that's kind of changed his whole... I don't know why I'm blanking on words right
That's
now.
all right.
We're going into a podcast where I'm going to have to be saying a lot of them.
It's all right.
But yeah,
we got to get back into it too.
It's changed him. Yeah, it's changed him as a person and everything that he's about. I mean, he is a win at all costs kind of guy. And he has been changed into a vampire pretty recently. Mm-hmm. So this whole world's going to be very new to him.
Yes.
Any other details I'm sure we will end up going over as the story goes along.
We will. All right, and next we have Dee, and Dee is playing a character by the name of Persephone.
Yes, Persephone Giovanni, Clan Hakata. She is just recently returned from Venice with her child from the family reunion. She is from New Orleans, so she's coming back home. back to work at the family funeral home. She was embraced in the late 80s. You may or may not, just depending on what comes up in conversations, hear reference to a Marco Giovanni that was her sire.
Okay.
Her child is Ig. That's his nickname, but that's what he goes by. They are married on paper, but it's not, and they live together, but it's, I don't know.
It's for tax purposes.
Yeah, I mean, they're fond of each other, but this, I was going to make a reference, but whoever's listening won't understand. This is not a Vincent and Rhapsody situation. Most people at this table will get that reference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is not that. Y'all won't, but it's okay. But yeah, they're just taking care of some personal business of Persephone's
Okay.
in New Orleans.
Sounds good. And then last we have Monica, and you are playing Iris.
Iris Blackwood is a Malkavian medium who appears about 35. She has long black hair. She looks very tired, and she wears frumpy knitted dark clothes that she makes herself. She has a psychic shop where she does her readings and stuff called Cassandra's Dream, and she spent some time in Vegas, and now she's looking to kind of settle things here because things got a little heated when she was in Las Vegas. And yeah, she's just trying to keep her business running, and she enjoys helping people sometimes communicate with the dead, but she will also lie to them if she doesn't know or if that would be better for them. So she likes to help people, but mainly she likes to keep to herself and dreams of retirement, but also loves her connection to the otherworldly, I guess. But really, her goal is to have some peace and quiet and to retire and to find her sire, who she doesn't know that well.
And that is the reason she came to New Orleans in the first place, correct?
Yes, it is.
Well, one of.
Yes.
Okay, so that is our cast of player characters. And I am your storyteller, GM Tuck. I'll be poorly doing the voices of everybody else. But with that said, let's go ahead and get right into this and tell us a little vampire story. We start our story at the Jack's Brewery. It's a place in the French Quarter that overlooks right on the banks of the Mississippi River.
Yes.
And is normally a hopping place to be during the weekends, during Mardi Gras season, which it is not now. You are in the early spring. That season has come and gone. With it, all the debauchery. But what gets left in its wake sometimes is something that makes New Orleans kind of unique. You see, not only is it a to-go location for mortals, it's also known among Kindred society, the vampires, as an open buffet, if you will. The prince of the city, Prince Charity Toussaint, is keeping with a long-held tradition that during the Mardi Gras season, any kindred that seeks to come in peace and feed respectfully, abiding by the Masquerade traditions, is welcome within the city limits. But it's also an unspoken yet understood rule that when Mardi Gras season is over, it's time you made your way out. But inevitably, there are those that the appeal of the city, the calling and the architecture back to a time where so many feel a spiritual kinship with the way things look, they decide to stay. And it is upon those premises, after the season has died down and favors were called in, that a meeting is called at Jack's Brewery, and which is considered an Elysium spot, meaning that no violence can happen there. And at that meeting, sitting in front of a window overlooking the river, the sky a deep, deep purple, took quite a bit of ingenuity to get here this soon, this close to the sun setting without being harmed. And the place is shut down and has been for hours. A private party booked in the whole building. And if one were to ask, the whole neighborhood, that couple of blocks, had been booked as well for a proprietor. And that is where we find Andre standing next to a very well put together, very stunningly beautiful Latino woman, his sire. And his sire's name is right here in the book. I need to get to faster. Is Sierra Rojas. Riojas. Sorry, not Rojas. Riojas. Sierra Riojas. Boy, I am speaking so good tonight. Sierra stands there next to you on your right side, looking back at the prince looking back at you. On either side of the prince are a total of 4 individuals, 2 to the left of her chair, 2 to the right. Mixture of male and female. Names that Sierra promises she will tell you later. But now is not the time to ask. Just understand that they have the prince's ear. This is what you were told in haste as you were woken up prematurely from your slumber this night. Escorted here quickly. And now you stand in front of the prince, a good maybe 30 yards between you two. In the halfway point stands the quickly decaying body of a headless individual. Burning fast, decaying right before your eyes. And it is upon this scene, once the decay has started to set in very quickly, and this man you had never seen it before in your life. One of the individuals had stepped down from the dais that she was at, came over with a ceremonial sword. This man was on all fours cursing them, head lopped off. You see this decay. The prince watches with a certain disinterest, her bushy, curly, disheveled red hair draping and framing her face. She continues to look on, detached from it. And maybe she appears to be about her mid-20s.
This is Charity?
This is Charity, the Prince Charity. It's hard for me not to call princess, but
right.
It's all Prince. Yeah, it's
right.
all Prince. She stands there watching this scene. And as he turns to dust, nothing but dust before you, she speaks, still watching the ashes, not looking at you. She says, looking down and then turning to you as she finishes her words, "This is your price to exist, dear one. Make your sire proud and earn the rights you've been given in our society this night." Sierra, has he been versed in the traditions? Sierra shifts imperceptibly. Except to you. You've known her for a time now. Thought she could have been the one. And oh, she was, but just in a different way. I need you to make your first roll for the night for me, Adam.
Whoa.
So, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to roll one of those black dice for me because you had to wake up tonight.
Oh.
And
Okay.
you two can do this as well if you want. It can be black or red. It doesn't matter.
I got an onk.
You are fine.
Cool.
You're fine. Yep.
Onk with
If
two
you see an
stars.
onk, yep, onks are good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you don't get hungrier is what that means.
Got it.
But you do have one dice that will be red. I'm going to get you to make me a wits plus awareness roll.
Okay.
So you will look at your dots of wits plus awareness and grab that many dice.
Where's awareness at?
Awareness should be down
Oh, I see it.
on the third column on
And
the
so
left.
just one of these is red?
One of them will be replaced by however many hunger dots or ticks you have. So that would be it. You need 3 successes.
2.
2. Okay. So you don't quite catch it, but you do notice the little shift and the nervousness to her as she says this. And the prince turns to you and go ahead and grab your rule book because you'll probably need it for this.
Yikes. I'm dead.
New character.
No,
Yeah,
go to
bro.
page 51 in your rule book as I say these things, just so you know. She turns to you and she says, "Well, young Kindred, young neonate, what is the first tradition?" They've been drilled in your head all week.
Okay.
And if you can't
To know
find
how
it
to-
fast enough in the book, I'll tell it to you.
No, it's cool. I just wanted to. I didn't
yeah.
know how I needed to play it.
Yeah, it's been drilled in your head.
Okay.
Almost flashcards at
Yeah.
at this point. Mnemonic devices.
Okay. Thou shalt not reveal thy true nature to those not of the blood. Doing such shall renounce thy claims of blood.
Wow. He's got a good memory on him, Sierra. I see why you picked him. Seems like it might be a good trade. Yes. Do you know what that means, though? I thought not. So we'll go over these things because rote memorization, while good, should keep you alive. You need to understand what the tradition is. That's the big one. The masquerade. You don't let mortals know what we are. To do so will bring our destruction. There's a movie that I love so much. It's a charming classic called A Bug's Life. Have you seen it?
I don't watch movies.
Oh, well, it's a pity for you then. In this movie, this grand sweeping epic, there's these grasshoppers. And there's a scene where the grasshopper king is pulling out grain and he says, "Oh, look, it's just one piece of grain," throws it at one of his minions. "Does that hurt?" "No," says the grasshopper king. "Not at all, no." And he grabs another piece of grain and he says, "How about that one?" Throws it at another minion. And the minion says, "Nah, boss, it doesn't hurt at all." And then he says, "Well, how about this?" And he pulls off the stopper and all the grain falls on them. And they're buried. That could be us.
Oh. Okay.
It is at this point that a previous lesson from before arriving that Sierra drove home over and over is that there are those that are not like us. The prince is one of them. That we all have our own different kinds, if you will, and yours is La Sombra, your clan. The prince's clan is Malkavian.
Hell yeah.
They see things a little different than we do, and it is best to respect that,
Yeah.
especially in this case. You do a good job keeping your composure.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, well, if you're that well versed, I know you know the rote. I know you've got them all down. She's done her duty. But what is the second one? And she does that really fast.
Thy domain is thine own concern. All others owe thee respect while in it. None may challenge thy word while in thy domain.
Yes, well done. I'll not quiz you anymore tonight, I promise. We'll get right to the facts and to the points. A most beneficial trade, has been made tonight for your existence. The man, you don't know him, and we're not going to name him because naming him is beneath us, but know he was something called a ductus. And that by him being gone, you are here. And where shall you stay? And that's why we get to the issue of domain. This whole city is my domain. And while I allow people to come and go as they please, to partake and to be a generous host, to stay is another matter. Your sire has proven her loyalty over the past several years. And as such has been granted the right to have a child of her own, you. And in turn, you are granted rights to a haven. From what I understand, your mortal life, your family are investment bankers, correct?
Yes.
Your father was recently asked to purchase a, shall we say, plot of land within the Bywater district that was seeing better days. Maybe not all the reconstruction done after Katrina that should have been. Well, that plot of land is yours now. Of course, you will have to pay the standard fair rate for such a thing. Money's not a matter that I'm worried about, but let's just say I'll get to that when the time is right. The third tradition is the progeny, which is what brings us here today and what we are addressing tonight, are we not? And she points at your sire. Anything you do, she's responsible for. I hope you understand that. Don't fuck it up. She stares at you for an uncomfortably long time. And then says, the accounting? The accounting is... Sorry, I think I got that mixed up out of game. I think progeny is...
thou shalt only sire another with the permission of thine elder.
Yeah, she's saying that she gave her permission. Yes, okay. And then she's saying the fourth tradition is she's responsible for you. So I kind of bled into the two. My apologies. Yes. So she's saying that...
That's what the disclaimer was for as soon as we started the episode.
Right. I will get things wrong. Yeah, I had to go back. So hospitality is our fifth. And it is a feudal tradition in this town to try to uphold. However, all Camarilla, which you are now officially a member of, whether you like it or not, whether she likes it or not, you're required to present yourselves.
She's Camarilla too, right?
Yeah,
My sire.
Sierra. Yeah. You represent Clan La Sombra in this town, and You two are it, and that's all I care to have. We are modeling Chicago and are hoping to prove that trusting you is fruitful. Don't give us a reason to think otherwise. And the last one is the last lesson and the first lesson that sits before you now, which is destruction. Only I, and who I say can, are allowed to do what was done this night. You shall not harm your own kind. Now, with that said, let's get down to that first favor you owe me. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, a closed sign flips in one window, and work begins behind the scenes for one, and an open sign flips in another, and a neon palm graces the window, saying that it is open for business. In the Bywater district, there are signs for property being for sale everywhere. It's a hodgepodge. But this night, people come home from work, live their lives, not worrying about it for right now. Things being foreclosed all around them. At the edge of the Bywater district, closer to the French Quarter, you can see some coffee shops and newer bars and maybe a little nicer area. But this is the Bywater of the old days, where we are. In the back of a mortician's area, a person begins her work on a body and sees a stack of mail next to her work area. It's left, anything addressed to you is left there. It's mostly junk. There's a couple of official looking notices, though, from the Performance Trust Capital Partnership. As well, for Iris, a notice from the Capital Trust Partnership.
I'll open it.
As you do, it informs you that your property is under a new leaseholder, and effective immediately, you will owe rent to one Andre Ducard. And he is a representative of the trust. The same thing could be found in your letter.
I throw mine away.
Do what?
I throw mine away.
All right.
Mine is disdainfully.
Okay, tossed to the side.
Yes, it's very insulting.
Okay. You can hear from out on the street that a few people are starting to make their way to Hurricanes to Go. It's a little hurricane cart across the street that, they sell them cheap. And people that maybe find themselves way, way, way off the beaten path in New Orleans on vacation might make their way over here. But this is really a locals place. And people are lining up because they're coming in after work and they want those $1 hurricanes.
What is that?
A hurricane's a frozen drink that's
Okay.
heavily, it's basically sugar and alcohol.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, they sell them everywhere in New Orleans.
Is this like Katrina? Is this something
They've been called that
They've
forever.
been called it forever.
They've been
Okay.
called it forever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just an unfortunate name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
They've had them before, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of
It's
those
just a
things that's
popular
like,
drink
it was
down
ha
there.
ha ha hurricane.
Yeah.
Then
Not
something.
quite that funny anymore.
Not that quite that funny anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know what all's in them. I just know it's a
don't
shit
either.
ton of alcohol and a shit ton of sugar.
It is just like a slushy without.
It'll slushy that'll
That's
get you
really
drunk,
what it
is
is.
what it
Gotcha.
is. Yep.
Am I working on a body?
Yes, you are.
I go ahead and drain it.
Okay.
Ew.
All right. So you feed from this body.
That's
And-
very efficient, though.
Yeah. Can you ever get your hunger below 1 with that?
Not with that.
I didn't figure.
No.
No, I thought
I
not.
think it offers 3. So I just had 1. So
Well, you had to drain it one way or the other. I mean,
Exactly.
I'd probably
Why
take,
dirty the tools? You
Yeah.
know?
I'd probably take what I need, and then I may store
so
the rest because
Okay.
it's good to have a stockpile.
That's true.
anybody that wants to, if you want to try to listen outside, because the walls are thin in these old buildings.
Oh yeah, I need those people drunk so they come in here. I'm listening.
Okay. You could maybe listen to see what the chatter is on the street. You can give me wits plus awareness, needing 2 successes.
I don't have to roll this.
No,
Not in
this
this
is
scene.
you're in the other scene.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just checking.
What does this mean? Is my hunger a 1 or a
Yeah,
4?
it's a 1.
Okay, is that bad? Is that good?
You always have 1 hunger unless you
Oh.
kill a mortal.
Okay, so I replace that.
No. You've got it backwards.
Oh.
1 red dice, all other blacks.
Oh, okay. 1 red. Oh, red is hunger.
Red is bad news. Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Now I gotta count again. My bad.
Do I need to put a mark
I have
on
a
my
question.
hunger?
Uh-huh.
So if I get a critical and then I get a messy critical,
Uh-huh.
that's bad, right?
So, what did you roll? You rolled
I rolled 2 regular onks, a star onk, and a fang onk.
That's a messy critical.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So, you hear people. You definitely hear it. Monica, did you get?
I rolled 3 regular onks and 2 blanks.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
That's blanks don't do anything.
So 3 successes?
3 successes.
Okay, let's see.
If they've got stars next to them or fangs next to them, we need to talk.
Okay.
Or a skull.
No, just regular.
But you listen, and both of you hear from the city streets people talking about getting letters similar to what you got within like a 2-block area, that this has all been bought out by this trust.
Ugh.
And people were like, you get behind on 1 payment and they can do this isn't right. How can they do this? This is my life, my livelihood. They say nothing's going to happen now and nothing changes, but I don't know these people. That's not who I did business with. You can, and then other people are like, it's no big deal. These things change hands all the time.
If only there was a way they could find out what's in their futures.
D, you hear a whisper in the back of your head
Ooh.
that says, there's foul play in that body. You know there is. You could taste it in the blood. You need to find out how that one died. You need to find out. You don't. No one will. No one will know the true story of that young man. Heart attack my ass. You don't die of a heart attack at 37.
Yeah.
You got to get to the bottom of it. It's poison. Maybe we didn't taste it in there, but you could get in those guts and dig and crawl and find, discover. They've got to come out anyway. Do it.
Yeah, she's got her scalpel and she is just absolutely.
Oh my god!
Clan compulsion.
It is not frenetic, but it is with determination and surprising precision. She has done this numerous times.
So the bad thing about this is God, you hope that nobody raises his clothes up during the service.
Why would they?
Well, when they're crying or emotional, not that they would, but
Someone falls on him.
because it would look like a roadmap with all the stitching that you've had to do to put this back together in some sort of semblance.
He looks like fucking Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
She makes a mental note to put in the notes to have the clothes weighted.
Okay.
To put weights in the clothes.
But it finally leaves you, after you've done this. There was no foul play. There was nothing.
Was the heart just fatty as all?
Yeah.
You zoom
Just
out and he's
absolutely-
just morbidly obese.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bad life. It's a bad life. It's bad living. It's hard living in this area. It chews people up and spits them out way too young. And you know that. You know it now. but in the same time in the back of your head. We'll talk again.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, a couple of customers come in.
Yay! Welcome to Cassandra's Dream.
Yeah, we were just wondering if these letters we got, if
I got that too.
you did. Can you tell us what this means and maybe if there's going to be anything? We don't have a lot of money, but we do make a nice gumbo, and we've got some back home. If you would like some, you could have some. If you had dinner yet.
I have not. Wait, so if my hunger's at a 1, that means I don't need any blood, right?
No, you're not.
Okay.
It's not bad.
I would prefer money, but I also know that if I make a good impression on these people, they may come back with money. So could I do a premonition?
Sure.
Okay, I have to rouse. What does that mean?
Means you roll a dice.
Which one?
Roll the hunger dice.
The red?
Yeah.
I got a skull.
Your hunger goes up by 1.
Oh, dinner sounds kind of yummy.
You feel something turn in your stomach as I say dinner. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like, yeah, dinner's right here.
Solve plus aspect. So.
But yes, now you can use your power.
Push 2, 3. I got 1 with fangs and 1 regular.
Which ones on the hunger dice?
The red one has fangs, yes.
Okay, well that's not a messy critical
Okay.
because you didn't get 2 of those.
Okay.
So.
But I'm like caressing his letter
Okay.
because I threw mine away.
So
Maybe put it on my forehead a little bit. Smell it.
let me look at a ruling here. You see a clawed hand in soot briefly
I jump a little bit.
rake its way across the letter.
This is a bad omen indeed.
Ashes.
Arson.
But it fades.
Did you say it out loud?
but it fades.
Maybe, probably.
And the letter appears cleaner than before.
Interesting. I see ashes, but I also see cleansing. The fates are not clear tonight, but cleansing is encouraging. I would recommend we just stay the course, gentlemen.
It's a husband and wife. By the
Oh.
way. Yeah.
My
Say it.
Older couple.
Say it anyway.
Yeah. I said what I said.
I don't give a shit who you are. You're not paying me. Who cares?
Well, thank you. I don't know. I guess none of it is. It's all kind of unknown, isn't it? Well, let us go home and we'll get you a bowl. We'll be right back.
That's not necessary.
Oh, no. We insist. It's the least we could do.
No.
It's
I
okay.
don't like gumbo, but I appreciate it.
You don't like gumbo?
I don't like gumbo.
Where'd you grow up?
Las Vegas. I can't remember where she grew up.
Yeah.
In the Midwest.
Oh, well, that explains it. Well,
Yeah,
hun,
you know.
You better get used to it. It's
Okay. I'll let you know if I decide I
common
like
thing.
it again.
okay. Well,
But y'all stop by again. Y'all have a nice night.
you too. Well, we appreciate it. We do. See, I told you she wouldn't know nothing. And then they just make their way out. The prince
Should have ate them.
looks at
I
you.
didn't want to eat 2 though.
And she says, Mr. Ducard, this property is yours to manage and grow and to see that my investment in this estate is well provided for. It's a chance to prove yourself in our world as well as in yours, beyond just crunching numbers. But unfortunately, before you can move in and start making progress, it seems that there are some of our kind that have made their home there. Now, certainly the rule of the city stands that they are allowed, Camarilla or not, as long as they're not Sabat. And she spits on the ground very dramatically when she says that name. Red spit. And she kind of gathers herself and she says, I'll tolerate that. What I won't tolerate are Duskborn. From what I understand, an area that I'm looking at procuring as well in the lower 9th Ward has a group of Duskborn.
What is Duskborn?
Denbloods.
Oh.
I hate them bloods too. Out of game.
Oh.
Out of game.
I need you to let them know they are not welcome. Duskborn are not to be harbored in this city.
Yeah.
That is one thing I will not abide. I need you to find them and make them leave. The other two, we go back to our traditions. And we say hospitality. We say that you telling me what you think of them will decide their fate. They're in your property. You have every right to make that determination. I will make the final judgment. Do you understand what I'm asking?
What's the proper way of like responding?
Yes,
like,
my prince.
Okay. Yes, then I'd say yes, my prince.
Very well. Well, I would say, she smiles just this really big, like, warm smile, like she's thinking about a sunshine day with it shining on her face. Mine is getting burnt up. You know, she's just smiling, beaming. I would say that this has been a lovely gathering. And I would say that you are an asset, as of this moment, to our society. Sierra, you've done well. Sierra says, yes, my prince, I'd like to think so. Well, I'll bid you all good night and let you get about your business. I will send someone to contact you. Don't worry. When you have your findings, let me know. I'll give you a couple days. Is that enough time?
Yes, my prince, that should be enough time.
Very well. You're dismissed. Someone get a broom.
Hoover for that shit.
I'm sorry.
All right, where are you going next? You are in control of your character now.
Whoa.
You come out of the tutorial intro.
Oh. Press M to open your map.
I'm sorry, that bastard was no telling how old, and just unceremoniously just gets swept the fuck up with a broom at the end of it.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
And just so you know, a Ductus is a pack leader among the Sabat. But your character wouldn't know what that meant.
Right. Okay. Sierra is with me.
Yes.
Right.
She takes you back to her Mercedes. The windows are illegally tinted,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
But she's driving.
Yeah.
She says, that went better than I hoped.
Well,
You did what I said. You kept your mouth shut and played the game. Good job.
well, if this is the world that I have to live in now, then I'm gonna take it and make it mine as much as I possibly can.
She puts her hand on your thigh and
Ooh.
rubs.
Oh.
And she's like, good. And then squeezes, not overly hard, but hard enough to make you, you know. And she says, hours.
Yes,
Oh.
of course. and so based off of the cues that I was getting, why do I feel like have me and Sierra been dating?
It's up to you.
Okay.
She saw something in you that
Yeah.
made her say he could be a Lasombra.
Yeah.
Lasombra are very elite.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really, they're calculating most of the time. You can't lump them all in one book, but tend to be. And that tends to be who they go after, is people who want to win.
Right.
People who want to be number one.
Yes.
And that's her ambition as well.
Right. So it's not like a relationship necessarily built on romance and affection, but clearly like there may be something to gain here.
Right.
So it feels like there may have been some kind of a relationship there.
Sure.
Um,
She may have pulled you on that way to gain your trust and see if she could figure you out.
right.
I mean, in fact, we'll say she did.
Yeah.
And, that dynamic probably has certainly changed at this point. It's almost more mentor-student at this point, which is a strange thing, but
Yeah.
from what she's told you in your time is enough to keep you alive, but she's also had you under her thumb.
Yeah.
And as you drive towards the Bywater district, crossing the river bridge, she doesn't say much. She doesn't say much unless she has a reason to.
Right.
And then she'll talk quite a lot. But as soon as you cross the bridge and you start to see the stark difference between that side of New Orleans and this side.
This isn't an area that I've really frequented.
No.
much.
But
You're like, ew.
yeah.
Ew. Poor people.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Low, upper lower class, basically,
Yeah.
for New Orleans. And she's like, this is good territory. It's a place to make a name for yourself and to grow. But be careful. I have a feeling that they're trying to see how much they can trust us. Trust our clan. I haven't told you a lot about the history of us, and that's because I want you to start new and make a name for yourself. That day will come, and we'll talk. But just... She kind of sighs like that, just frustrated. Do what the Camarilla bitch said.
The prince.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play the game. Let her believe that doggy's on his leash.
What is she hoping to gain from me taking this territory?
No clue. You could ask.
I'm asking Sierra, if anything, to just brainstorming what are we trying to do with this territory? Are we trying to kick people out and gentrify it and turn it into a livable neighborhood for middle to higher class people?
If that's what's to be gained, sure. You got to figure it out, don't you? And I think that's the game.
Yeah.
Make it work for you. She gave you dregs to see if you would turn it into diamonds. Make it shine.
Yeah.
At that, she pulls up in front of this gaudy ass, ugly, glowing neon hand right next to a mortuary. Looks like shit.
Jesus Christ. I have my work cut out for me then.
There's people getting drunk off a rundown ass hurricane cart over there. And everybody is stopping to look at this car that pulled up. And at this guy that's getting out.
Yeah.
Time to handle your business. Page me when you're ready for pickup.
What year is
Okay.
it? It's now, right?
Yeah.
Page.
So we have to figure out
You
what...
don't.
A hipster.
You don't use cell phones.
Well,
Oh,
Lasombras,
tracking.
we ain't...
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
Can't.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Lasombras
yeah.
definitely can't.
That's right. Okay.
Oh, don't I have like a guy?
Yeah, but he's not with you.
Not.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, you have to tell him.
Technology.
You have to have your guy call your guy.
I got Winston.
Yeah. And when
his
she says
name?
page me, she's probably
Yeah,
having
his
somebody
name.
else page over somewhere to look
Yeah.
at the phone.
Stay
Yeah.
away from my neon sign. It's gonna start flickering.
Oh shit.
As he gets out of the car, it does.
I don't like that. It's a bad omen as well.
That
Yeah.
sign doesn't flicker like that. Not usually. It's pretty new. You see this well-dressed... You don't because you're
No.
working. But from your window, your big
She's just
open
kind of
window.
looking at him like sour.
And you can see this frumpy... You ever seen
Portlandia.
Portlandia?
It's
The book...
Gary's-
The book...
The feminist bookstore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the dark-headed one. She looks exactly like that but without the glasses.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Iris looks like.
Yeah.
Just get a feel for the land. Find out where these two kindred are. And it shouldn't be hard. Find out if they're on the level, if there's someone you can trust to stay in this area or not. If their assets...
This is Sierra talking to me right now.
If their assets are allies, just find out. We'll get back to the prince. Then we'll
Okay.
handle the other business and we'll be done with all her little errands and we'll reap the rewards, okay?
All right. Cool.
Do good.
Let's see what we can do.
She rolls her window up, drives away. There you are, and everybody's standing watching, and you can hear people mumbling, he's in the wrong neighborhood, I know that. And people are kind of watching you, just waiting to see what you're doing, You are definitely a fish out of water here.
Yeah. Well, I'm not paying them no mind, really. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to walk straight into the store.
Oh,
Okay.
welcome to Cassandra's dream.
Hi. Yeah. What is this place?
This is an occult shop. I could read your fortune, read your palm, read your tarot. You could buy some hand-knitted clothing or some crystals or some herbs. I have some books back here. Just whatever.
Can I speak to the manager or the owner
That
of
would-
the establishment?
That's me, yes. That's me.
It is.
It is, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so my name is Andre Ducard. I work at
That was on the letter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, PCTP.
She goes,
Yeah. I'm your new landlord.
yes, you are, aren't you?
I've been tasked to turn this neighborhood around, and
She's
so
staring
I'm
at your
just
hands as you talk.
evaluating what my assets right now.
You didn't evaluate them before you bought them?
It's a bit of a it's a bit of an interesting story, really.
All stories are.
Yeah, and I can't like give. I don't know what she is, so I'm not gonna get. I can't give myself up.
Can you get a
Can I?
vibe from other
You
men?
can,
Yeah.
in some of the older versions, especially Requiem, you instantly knew.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that still happens.
It. So, I'll put it this way. If you want to retcon it, I'll allow you. You can retcon Blush of Life if you want. You can retcon Blush of Life if you want.
Oh, I never even thought about it.
What is that?
So, it costs a rouse check, and then you basically appear human. Or you appear living. You breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You blush, so your skin doesn't look pale. It's pretty easy to identify one another if you didn't do that. Not to metagame, but
Okay, so all I need to know then is that we know what we are, right?
as long as you didn't blush of life, yes.
Yeah, well, I did.
You would have no reason to.
Right.
Because you're just driving around, you went straight there, straight here,
Right.
and you're young.
Yes.
You don't think about those things.
Right.
I didn't do it because my shop is so dull, and I also don't mind the creepy look. But if it's not like a visual thing when you turn it on, is it? Like
Yeah.
if I needed to approach, it
Yeah,
is.
your skin goes from like gray to white.
It's
Like,
gray?
you look dead.
You look dead.
without it.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, I would have it on.
Yeah.
So I need
you
to
need
rouse check.
Yeah.
blank.
You get hungry.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so
Oh,
with
shit.
that in mind, she looks dead.
She looks
No,
alive.
No.
So she looks
No, it went
alive.
off.
So
And it made
yeah,
me
you
hungry.
cannot tell.
Oh.
She can tell with you though.
Because yours
Right.
is off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're... A kindred.
I'm a bit new to all of this, but
You know not to tell mortals ever that. That's great.
Oh.
You were just told that. I'm
Yeah,
keeping you alive.
Oh,
I'm
that's
trying
true.
to
You
keep
think
it-
I'm mortal. You don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
quite yet.
I don't know what that is. I'm your landlord, though, so there's that.
Okay.
Poor baby
She
doesn't
does
know.
a wink. I see. Okay.
She winks at him.
Yes.
Is it real exaggerated?
Yes.
Like,
Okay. Well, my shop opens only at night, as you can see.
Okay, this doesn't seem great for business, but
Yeah, you know. Well, not a lot of people come in during the lunch break. I would assume.
do you have someone here possibly working here during the day?
No, it's closed. I'm the only one who works here, and I usually sleep during the day. And she looks at you real obvious.
Right. Yeah, you're a little bit of a night owl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so what's the normal rent?
On her place,
Yeah.
$1,400 a month.
Okay. How have you been keeping up with your payments on those?
I get by.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rent the apartment upstairs, or I don't know how it is. I own it. I live upstairs too.
it's probably all in one thing.
It's probably all in one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get by.
Okay.
A hike would make that a little tougher, if I'm being honest.
What?
A hike in the rent would make it tougher, if that's
Yeah.
what you're coming to tell me.
No, all I'm trying to do is get an evaluation of this place. I was told by my superior to get a lay of the land.
Who's your superior?
Someone very high up in my company that I can't divulge too much information
Charity?
in. We are a for-profit organization, so no,
Okay,
there's no
okay.
charity involved.
Okay, look, I'm a vampire too, okay?
Oh,
That's what I was trying to get across. I know you... No, you were doing
Oh.
good. You were doing good. That was good. Just wanted to let you know.
okay. Well,
Does this have...
so there's one.
So who's your sire? Who are you? I haven't seen you around here.
Well, you haven't seen me because, one, I don't frequent poor people places. Two, I'm new.
Ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
So what...
I'm only here because Charity gave me this lot to spruce up.
Really?
So you're the first kindred she told me about. She didn't tell me anything about you. She just needed to know who you were.
So I don't know Charity? Like, I never did the present myself when I moved here, or what?
Did you?
Considering you
that's
just
a good
said
question.
considering you
Probably
just said
not.
her name. Though.
I mean, you might know who she
of
is,
her.
Yeah.
but if you
She's a
have
Malkavian.
anarch streaks and you ran
Yes.
because you didn't like all the
I feel like
Camarilla shit.
I feel like with her, I really meant to get around to doing that, but I didn't.
Gotcha.
And kind of thinking that the spiral would link us up one day. So no, but it wasn't a fuck her type of thing. Slightly it was, but yeah,
Okay.
Always slightly.
always slightly.
Okay. Well, we can talk about your payments later. I'm just looking for the other kindred that stays in this area. The prince needs to know more about it.
Do I know you? Do you think? You do live right next door.
At this point, I would think maybe.
It feels like kind of we would, because I'm always open at night, you're always open at night.
Maybe you have a suspicion. I would say that's about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she's probably come in your store. She's probably been very aloof.
That's true.
Not rude, but aloof. But she probably has been in your store a few times.
Then I'll say, I don't know another Kindred. I thought it was just me.
Well, you might have you probably have a suspicion.
But I'm not gonna send him sniffing.
Oh, you're
down.
not snitching. I get it.
Yes, exactly. Because I know he's gonna go there anyway, because he's scoping out the place. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't know.
This one's little. You could take his blood.
Me? That was me talking.
That was your belly talking.
Oh. She kind of slaps her belly.
Babe!
I need to do something about that.
It's your beast. I get to
Yes.
do that voice every now and then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I just watched her just slap her belly.
Yeah, she
Yes.
slapped her belly.
Yes, you shush.
Okay.
Anyway.
Excuse me? I wasn't... You told me to shush?
Oh,
and I
no.
didn't say
That was my
anything?
belly telling me to eat you, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry.
Oh.
Don't worry.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's noted.
I don't know another Kindred around here. Sorry. I know it's not the hurricane guy. I know it's not that asshole at the church. So that didn't really narrow it down. So sorry. I don't know.
Yeah. I appreciate you telling me more about yourself, and that helped me narrow down one. The rest of it didn't help me whatsoever.
Well, I could.
However, I
do
do
some
appreciate
readings
it.
and try to find out who it is. How about that?
You can do as many readings as you want, but I'm not paying you for them.
Okay, then good luck finding this Kindred.
All right.
You have a good night.
You as well. And then I go next door.
He's
Next
good
door.
at this.
Next door is a mortuary.
Yeah.
It's closed. You can see lights on in the back, but that's through the door. But
Yeah.
very dim, and who knows what that is? But it's clearly closed.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna knock on the door.
Okay. You're elbow deep in viscera right now, and you hear a faint knock from front.
Is this dude still running around with Blush of Life off?
Not that
I
you know
never
of.
had Blush of Life on.
Yeah, not that you know of, but I mean.
If I go and look, am I going to see this dude standing there without Blush of Life?
Well, possibly, but you're going to look in general. You don't know who's knocking, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, when I go look, am I going to see him?
That would be the
That
situation.
would
I would imagine.
most likely
yeah.
happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna see like Tom Cruise there.
Well, I'm just saying.
Might be Nicolas Cage.
I didn't know what the window situation was or anything,
Oh,
or if I had
I mean,
to
there's a-
open the door.
There's a
Oh.
glass
Your
glass
windows.
door.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
a glass door.
Like that's kind of what I was getting at. I
There
wasn't saying
there
it
are
very well.
security cameras out front too.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, in that
yeah.
case, before I actually go
There's
look,
a Ring doorbell.
I'll look at the security cameras and see.
Yeah.
They look blurry.
Oh!
There's a blurred figure standing there.
Would I make the connection as to what that is?
No.
So she goes, and she'll answer the door.
Okay.
And just for the record, she would not bother with Blush.
You see this. So you see this dead-looking person, covered in gore, in a black
Halloween.
rubber apron and black rubber gloves that
Think
come up
Dexter.
past
Yeah.
come up past the elbow,
Um.
holding a scalpel in her hand.
Hi. 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 I'm Andre Ducard. I'm sorry.
You may enter. And she just turns around and walks backwards. And if you follow, you follow. If you don't, you don't.
I'm going to sit there for a second and just kind of like, just take a deep breath. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? Why am I in a Rob Zombie music video?
You really are.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Are you the owner of this dead shop?
Dead shop.
Yes. Yeah, this place. So I don't know if you got anything. I wouldn't know if she got anything in the mail, would I?
You told him, right? Monica?
Yeah, I think I said I got your letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
so.
know.
Yeah, you might have gotten a letter from PTCP.
I recognize the name, Mr. Ducard. What is your business here?
Yeah, so I'm new to the area.
I can see that.
And I was just trying to get an evaluation of the properties that I now am controlling and seeing how business is.
Well, that will be a matter of debate. How young are you, Mr. Ducard? I assume, and forgive me, I assume you are very young to be walking out so blatantly, if I may say.
Well, my father always told me I was very bold, but, I don't know, I'm 24 years old.
How long have you been in Kindred, my dear?
She's clearly not mortal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you're good.
I know. It's,
Yeah.
At this point, she has walked back and she is actively working on a dead body. As she's
It's
saying,
pretty fucking obvious,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay. So I'm very new. I just got back from talking with Charity.
the Camarilla Prince.
Yes, and she gave, well, I guess she gave me this area, right? Mm-hmm. She gave me this area to.
I suppose she has not realized that Hecata has returned.
Whatever the fuck that means, I guess not.
Clan Hecata, my dear. We are the clan of death.
Cool.
Yes, cool, as you say. The name is relatively new, so if you take the name back to your prince, she may or may not recognize the clan. If she has any difficulty with knowing who Clan Hecata is, the name Giovanni will charge her memory, I'm quite sure.
Cool. Great. So, you are the other Kindred, then. Perfect.
Have you spoken to another?
Yeah. You work right next door to one another. It made it really easy. I don't know, have y'all met?
Are you standing there like looking at him for a minute?
Fuck, are you sure?
I mean, she just kind of blinked, but well, basically, she's trying to figure out if he had run into Ig.
Yeah, that's what I
Or
was
not.
Yeah.
And she's trying to decide whether or not she needs to bring that about or maybe just kind of keep that to herself. And before she's going to make anything, what is your clan, dear?
Would I know if this is... I mean, she already said she's a kata.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Apparently I'm...
There wasn't anything in the rule book about that.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah. And since I'm so new, I mean... Apparently I'm La Sombra.
And you can just see a wave of respect
Oh.
shift over her, whereas before she was basically talking down to you. Mm-hmm. Now she's definitely still talking down to you, but not quite as
Blatant.
as badly.
Yeah.
So she's probably just talking down to you now because you're young,
Sure.
not a very worthy clan.
Yes, worthy indeed. La Sombra. I'm all about it.
Very well. But yes, you see, when you go back to your prince, there may be need to remind her that Clan Hecata, formerly Clan Giovanni, are independent and have a certain special relationship with the Camarilla. If you need to remind her of the promise of 1528,
Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Luckily, she said it was kind of all up to me, what ended up happening to you two. So really, I just needed to kind of get a feel for how you guys were, and if you weren't too creepy, which
Oh, I see you are.
this is your job, I assume.
We are the clan of death.
Yeah, that
My
makes
dear.
sense. Yeah,
This is very, what do you young bloods say? Very
lit.
on brand. No, I don't think any of us would care to be lit.
Good
Though
call.
if you are so inclined, we do have a crematorium on site.
Perfect. So how's business? You look like you're getting along pretty well with that thing.
Mutilated fucking corpse that's laying right
Yeah.
on the thing. Like it looks
Jesus.
like it is
Yeah.
like been butchered.
And
not-
now taking a closer look at it, I'm like,
Oh my
Wouldn't
Okay.
you like it?
dear.
Huh?
or what? It's
Mixed
You
emotions.
might like the blood, but maybe not
Yeah.
the
The
guts.
I have
smell
an
is
awkward
the,
boner.
Well, you wouldn't know the smell. You
Yeah.
would just be seeing sight right now.
Yeah.
The blood, seeing all the blood, kind of makes you stir, but not much because you're not hungry.
And because it's
Yeah.
dead.
I mean, you
Unless
are
have-
little.
iron
It would be
gullet.
like, it would be like seeing somebody else's McDonald's sitting on a counter, and
kinda cold.
lunch is in an hour.
Yeah.
But it's cold.
You know, so it's like, oh, that looks nice. Maybe
Did
I'll.
I see him eyeing it?
Yeah, but not hungrily. But
Yeah.
Forgive my manners, Mr. Ducard. Do you need to partake?
No.
She gestures towards this.
No, thank you. I guess I caught you during lunch. Well, cool.
You caught me during business.
Very
Also
well.
lunch. I
tomato,
did so.
tomato.
She's like sewing this corpse up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point is when you kind of come to your senses about what, it's like another set of eyes. Seeing what the little id in your head told you to, compelled you to do.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a clan compulsion, not anything else. So,
Yes.
Okay.
I suppose I do have my work cut out for me.
You cut into your
Great.
work.
Yeah. Well, perfect.
Is there anything specific you needed to know? If you need to look at the business records, I would be happy to have my child Ig go over them with you.
Wonderful. Yeah. First, I just wanted to kind of get a lay of the land and just kind of just introduce myself. I know that those letters, especially from a investment firm, can be a bit weird, but just wanted to let you know that there is I was going to say human, but that's not the case anymore. There is someone
not.
on the other side, and we can work things out.
I should hope so. Clan Hecata would be most edified to do business with Clan La Sombra.
Wonderful. Well, maybe we can have a great partnership in the future. I'm
there
here
any-
to make this place a better neighborhood for everyone, and we're gonna make it work. Perfect.
Oh God, he's gonna kick me out.
Mr. Ducard, is there any specific information you need to take back to your sire?
Well, you've given me quite a lot
The
so
reason
far.
I ask is because you have yet to even obtain my name.
Oh, right. Yeah, what was your name again?
You have the pleasure of conversing with Persephone Giovanni.
Persephone Giovanni. It's a lovely name. Did catch the Giovanni part, but good to know. Okay. Perfect. Well, Miss Giovanni. Mrs. Giovanni, lovely to meet you, and
Did he get my name?
no.
Well, he can look at his record
But
and
he's
see where he
actually
sits
playing his
at.
character right. He wouldn't care. He just was told find the
vampires.
Find the vampires
I'll
and
tell
see
you
if
exactly where they are.
Yeah.
yeah, and if anything, all I'm gonna do is say they work here and they work here.
Exactly. They're right next to each other.
Yeah. So. Okay. Wonderful. have another shop to make, another stop to make, but and he's still just kind of like eyeing the viscera, just kind of like, okay, so.
Oh my dear, you're going to have to get over this.
Wonderful.
Once your beast comes to rouse, I'm sure you'll end up doing much, much worse.
Ooh.
Sick. All right. Well.
She's fucking right. You hear that little in the back of your head, like
Slap your belly.
No, it's not. It's not overwhelming, but it's just something says, that's gonna happen
Okay.
if you let me.
If you have time, not this evening, I understand you're very busy, but I would love to exchange notes on your, how we should say, experiences with Oblivion. Or the Abyss, if that is still what you call it.
I'll get back with you on that one. Yeah. Absolutely.
He doesn't know what that is.
At this point, you don't know the powers
I don't know
you
fucking
have.
anything.
No.
Yeah. So
She may sense
she's
that.
just
Yeah.
like she's just like giving me a spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
It seems like she may be not poking fun at you, like making fun of you, but trying.
Planting some seeds.
She's probably trying to see what all you know.
Right.
She's feeling you out, just like you came here to feel her out. She's feeling you out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll get back with you on that one. I need to report back to the prince in a couple days, so we will definitely reconvene. I might need some more help from you, so I'll speak with you very, very shortly. Thank you for everything. I appreciate this. Have a lovely time with your business stuff. So,
Good evening.
All right.
good evening.
So, what now?
Okay, so I guess I'm calling.
How?
Oh, shit.
Go back and talk.
Yeah.
Miss Persephone,
Yeah.
could you use the phone for me?
She said Paige.
Yes.
Yeah,
You still have to do that from a phone.
Fuck. Okay.
I mean, you would literally. I mean, you have somebody that knows what you are and is willing. It seems
Yeah.
willing to help you.
Okay, so now I just awkwardly walk back in.
Persephone.
You probably not even get all the way out. You realize, and then
Yeah.
turn
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. Well, because the other thing too is that like I'm new to this, so
Yeah.
I would be thinking I'm just gonna call.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh god
Yeah.
damn it. Yeah, that type of
Yeah,
thing.
it might be
Yep.
a thing where I still have my cell phone.
Well, yeah, and you put
And
it,
I'm
and
like-
you go to do the face activation,
to
and
do
it
this.
just doesn't do anything, and like it just locks. It doesn't even like give you the option to put in the digits.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk back and I'm like, Miss Giovanni, sorry about this. I need to ask you a favor. My phone is acting up, and I'm not quite sure what's going on.
No, I mean, Persephone was born in 1958, but she's like, she probably has an old like turn dial.
Yeah.
Phone.
Well, there's a landline in
Yes.
any business.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so she's using a landline. But yeah, I mean, if you stick a cell phone in front of her, she's gonna be like, "One moment, buzzer, egg dear."
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Do you know the telephone number? She picks up the receiver and she has her finger ready to start.
I'm gonna assume I have the number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I just tell her whatever that
Yeah.
number is.
And she does. She turns it and dials.
Okay. And you hear, to leave a priority message, press 1.
She turns 1.
Yeah. Thank you. Your page has been left. And it, hangs up.
Yeah. My friend still uses pagers. What is it? 1998? I wasn't even born.
The phone
then.
rings.
She answers it. And shit, what was my place name? Is it Legacy? Sorry.
Yes.
Legacy Funeral or what is
Funeral directors.
it? Legacy Funeral Directors.
I'm looking for a gentleman by the name of Mr. Ducard.
One moment.
Familiar voice.
Yeah.
Your touchstone. The man who helps you out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get your... Did we ever come up with a name for him?
Winston.
I love it. Wait, are you going to be able to talk on the phone? Or is it going to fuck up a landline?
Like, be fuzzy or...
It will. It'll be distorted.
Actually,
Play
so she goes to
telephone.
hand it.
And it starts to go...
And she actually... Would you like for me to give him a message?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just tell him I'm on my way with the car. I'll be there in 15.
Will do.
Perfect. Legacy funeral. Okay. Yeah. I got it. Okay.
And she hangs it up. And she just kind of looks at you and she goes, do mirrors even give you trouble anymore? Or is it just this technology?
Well, I haven't seen a mirror in a second, and I love looking at mirrors. Let me check.
Come this way. And she does. She guides you out of the back and maybe somewhere in the chapel.
Okay.
So, yeah, you go back in and there's a mirror in the back area. Like there's a bathroom. For obviously people are crying and, it's kind of a place where people might want to touch their makeup,
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's distorted. Your face is a blur. You can make out the rudimentary features, but nothing concrete.
I'm gonna start wiping
Yeah.
the mirror.
It looks like it would
really
be covered
hard.
in a sheen of oil or something, or
Yeah.
like fog
Yeah.
from a shower or something.
So there's like this. I think there's something wrong with this mirror. Just let me get that. Come on.
Absolutely fascinating.
Fascinating. What are you talking about? This mirror doesn't work.
The mirror is quite clean, my dear.
You can
are
see her
dirt.
just fine. Yours is what looks blurry.
You are dirtying it. In fact, I would ask that you refrain.
Ah. Fuck.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no. Well. Shit, this is real. This is real.
Quite real, my dear.
Sierra.
You are very, very young indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And with that, he's like, kind of like, starting to like have a cold sweat, like come over him.
As a matter of fact,
like he's kind of having the gravity.
roll your dots and willpower.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I did not mean to give you an existential crisis. I apologize.
And then add
One red.
Yep.
I got 1 star, 2 star. What the? An
Yeah,
onk with the
you have a
stars?
bestial success or a messy critical.
Messy critical.
Yep.
Perfect.
So I'm going to get to control your character for just a second.
Okay.
What?
That's kind of fitting, anyways.
And you're just like, no, I can't fucking see. And then you just punch the mirror.
Oh.
And it shatters. Your hand should be bleeding.
Reduction on
It's
your rent
cut,
this month.
but not bleeding.
Oh.
You're going to take 1 superficial damage as you're pulling the shards of glass out of your
Where
hand.
do I-
Just a slash on your health track,
Okay.
Can I help him with that?
if you would like. But right now, you're just, fuck! And then it washes over you. This is your life now.
Yeah.
And you don't know why you got that mad about this bullshit, but you did.
Mm-hmm.
You lost control.
I usually am better at keeping that under control.
Right.
Because Daddy used to beat me when I got out of control.
My apologies.
I didn't say that part out loud.
Yeah. She just
Okay.
she's looking at this and she doesn't seem fazed by what you've done, but she says, "My apologies, Mr. Is it Durant?
Ducard.
Ducard.
Ducard. Jesus Christ.
It's all right.
My apologies, Mr. Ducard. I did not mean to rile your beast."
My beast?
Yes, that thing. And she puts her hand, I don't know, for some reason I just think of them in your stomach. I don't know. She puts her hand maybe right here, around your liver area, and she goes, "That thing in there.
My stomach?
The thing that tells you to kill. The thing that tells you to drain some innocent what have you walking down the street."
Player question.
Yeah.
Do vampires as a pop culture phenomenon, are those a thing?
Yeah.
In Okay.
Some things they got right, some things they got wrong.
Yeah.
If
So I'm like fucking Dracula.
no, my dear.
You've had some time to come to it. I'll put it this way. Your sire has informed you a little bit of what you
Okay.
are. She hasn't told you everything. You've been made for maybe a week. She's basically taught you how to feed, taught you how to hide that. She's taught you some basic life survival skills, but you still have a lot to learn.
Gotcha.
She probably mentioned the beast, but this may be the first time it's gotten the better of you.
Okay.
Yeah, and you see genuine you can tell she didn't mean to poke you to that extreme.
Gotcha.
If you would please follow me, I will see to your hand.
Yeah, sure.
And do I need to roll medicine or something?
Well, you could, but the one who has to do it is him. Now, I'm sure that lesson's never been taught to you.
Well, in that case, lesson time.
So you're going to make a rouse check. You're going to roll one of those dice.
Which one?
Any of the vampire-themed dice. The red one's usually the best one to roll for those, just because it's related to hunger. So go ahead and roll it. It's successful.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you sit there with Persephone, she tells you to will it closed. Just will it closed. And that's bullshit. Whatever. But you do. And something that probably would have required stitches, especially where it went between the knuckles. Seals. No blood. Just like it goes back together. Like it never happened.
Like Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you say that?
No. no, my character is not. He's he's kind of sheltered in most pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But the most common basic things like a vampire and Dracula, he would know something like that.
Okay.
Even though technically I still think I need to retcon that because my character would know more than this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm still playing a little loose on what my character knows or not.
Yeah.
So.
We all are.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're getting our feet under us.
Yeah.
It's always starting blues.
She's also going to show you how to do Blush of Life.
Okay.
Because that was her big...
You were shown that, but it's something you forgot. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh, shit, yeah. So another rouse check. Yep, you're fine.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as these lessons are going on, back in Iris's shop. It's a slow night, Iris Blackwood.
That ain't good.
It's
Well, what are you gonna do?
been slow since you started, and if things don't pick up, you might have to turn the property over. But about that time, your bell dings.
Welcome to Cassandra's dream.
Hi. And a nervous-looking man comes in, African-American, and he sits down and he's like, I had heard you do fortunes.
I sure do. Tarot, palm. I'll even do your tea leaves, but no one really does that anymore.
Oh, yeah. How much?
Depends what you're looking for.
How much to know if we did the right thing?
Could you give me any more information?
No. I just need to know if me and my friends did the right thing.
Okay. Well, let me see your hands.
How much?
$40.
$40.
Okay. And he pulls out a bunch of like 1s and 5s, crumpled up out of his pocket. And
30. 10% discount for your first time.
oh, thanks. Here. And he hands you his cold, clammy, nervous hands. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, so what do you see? What?
Can I do premonition?
Yeah.
Blank. Hungry? Oh shit. So my hands and my feet and my forehead start bleeding because I'm at hunger 4. So
yeah, and he's looking down at the hands.
I need to compel him.
And a spot of blood falls into his palm.
This might be the answer he needs. He
And
doesn't think he's seeing shit.
He looks up and he sees this. And since you bleed, you smell blood. And I need you to give me a frenzy check. It'll be roll your willpower. You need 2 successes.
Is my willpower a 3?
Yeah, probably.
What?
Yeah, it is.
Remember. So 2 black and how?
No, they're all
they're
red.
all red.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me kill a black man in our first episode, aren't you?
Wow.
The town's 56% Blackwood.
No, it's just the trope of the black guy not first. I got two Augs and a Blake.
You managed to keep it together long enough to tell him to get out.
Okay.
You're just like, get out, get out.
Damn it.
And
I can't compel him?
I mean, yeah, you rolled to see if you made the rouse check to do it, so yeah, you can.
No, I roused to premonition.
Oh, well, what? Yeah.
But then that happened, so that kind of took the place of it.
Yeah. I mean, you do get a premonition of him. The premonition is of him in fear and running.
I wanted to eat him, though.
You still could.
I mean,
Yeah.
He's getting up to leave. He's scared.
Chase
He's just
him.
like,
But
what the fuck?
my preferred way to eat is to compel him to forget about it.
But you can do that
You can
after.
still do that. He's
Oh, I
getting
can?
up, yes.
Yeah, you can feed and then compel him forget. And then...
Or you
Okay.
could jump on him and...
Yeah.
I will pull him back down
Mm-hmm.
and bite his arm.
Okay. He goes to struggle, and then all of a sudden he freezes and just lets out a groan. It's a fear, but of acceptance and somewhat enjoying it, and this groan that maybe you never get used to.
I do feel bad about it because I
Yeah.
didn't mean for that to happen.
Right.
I was hungry.
Yeah. So I need you to make me another frenzy check.
Willpower?
Uh-huh. You need 3 successes.
I'm gonna kill this man. I got one with fangs and a regular one and a blank.
It's not enough.
Oh my god.
And the beast takes control.
Oh my god.
And you
Damn it.
drink, and you drink, and you drink, and you drink. And as you're coming out of the store,
I'm making a real great impression on this
you
young
see
man.
her huddled over a body. The guy's not moving.
Oh my god.
You notice that the people at the hurricane stand aren't really paying attention. They're really into 3 or 4 hurricanes deep at this point.
Thank God.
And they're drunk. But they could look over here any minute.
You're right next to a funeral home.
Yeah.
Do you want to do anything?
Well, the one thing is that what I'm looking at looks like it's bad for business. So
Yeah, this is about to be your turf. You don't need any nonsense.
yeah,
going
I
on
don't.
here.
I don't need bullshit happening on my first day.
No matter how young you are.
Yeah. So I'm through the so I can see this through windows.
No, you're out on the street waiting for the vehicle at this point.
Yeah.
But he sees it.
But you see it, yes.
So yes, he sees it through.
Yeah, sorry, yes.
Is this one of those things where like the windows can have like blinds, they can be closed, there's like a way you can
they could,
obscure.
but they're
I
not.
probably have some
But they could
sort
be.
of tapestry above
They're
it.
probably
They
they're
could.
probably open.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
open right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk into the building and put the open sign closed or the neon sign, whatever.
You can hear this low
make it-
growl as you
Make
come
it closed.
in. Not like it's growl at you, just like a cat
I feel
angrily
so
eating its
bad.
food.
Yeah, and I can see her over there.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just gonna start closing the blinds.
Okay. You close them, and she looks up at the sound of them coming down. Blood streaked across her face,
Yeah.
pouring down the front of her clothes. What the fuck are you doing right now? There's people out there that can see this.
Is the beast still in control of me?
No, not anymore. You have no
That's-
hunger.
None? He's dead? Shit! This has never happened to me
Yeah.
before!
What happened to this? Is he fucking dead?
No, he's taking a nap.
Yeah. What?
Oh my god.
Oh my.
He...
I need you to put a little slash on your humanity for me, too.
I can't believe this happened first game! This has never happened to me before, I
Surprised it
swear!
Surprised it happened to you.
I swear, this never happens.
please let her say that. Please let her say that.
Yeah, it's probably saying some version of that. Like
And okay, and you're the owner of this place? You're Cassandra?
my name is Iris. Yes, I'm the owner.
Why? Who's Cassandra?
It's just a name, you know, Cassandra from the Greek legends.
Okay, either way.
At this point,
What the fuck?
her face is a little stained with red higher up around her eyes for some reason. Why are her eyes red?
Cause I'm crying. I cry. My belly
Okay.
told me what to do. I gotta dump him somewhere.
Look, hold on. Do you
Are
have
you gonna kick me out? Oh no.
No, I'm not kicking you out.
Oh good.
But we have to figure this out.
Yes.
I'm still getting a lay of the land here. You're not getting kicked out yet, but we are gonna have to have a talk. First off, do you have a back door?
Yeah?
Okay. Do you know if Dexter has a back door?
Dexter. Oh,
The-
the creepy lady?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. All right. First thing,
Y'all are just gonna start calling her Dexter. She's gonna have no clue why.
we're gonna put a cloth. Like, do you have a blanket? You can put something
Yeah.
on this guy.
She gets like her fucking
Yeah.
evil eye.
Put something on
blanket or
him.
something.
Wipe your face. I'm gonna go talk to Persephone.
What is she gonna do?
She runs a morgue. We can put his body in her building.
Okay, for how long? It's not gonna. People are gonna look for him. What is she gonna do with him? We'll ask her. Wait. Wait. We can't tell her I killed somebody? I don't realize that she's a kindred.
Look, you're gonna be all right. All right.
Okay.
I've already spoken with her. I think we're all on the same level.
Oh. Okay. You know what? You know, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
We live right next door to each other? Are you serious? That was lucky for you. All right, let's go.
And I'm just like, wait, what? You didn't know that?
So as you pick up this body that has been decaying for 3 or 4 months,
Huh?
Because she sucked the life out of it. Right.
looks like it's been decaying for quite some time, maybe even
No.
a year. You take it across the street,
What does that
or
mean?
across the back through the back
yeah.
door,
I know
Yeah.
what it means.
and you bring it in to this morgue.
Hi, I'm Iris.
I know who you are, my dear.
Oh.
She's just like staring at it like, what the shit?
I didn't mean to. I swear. I don't know what happened. I'm old. I know not to do this. I don't know how this happened.
You're not that old, my dear.
What's going on?
The sixth tradition has been broken this night.
Yeah.
Is this the beast?
That's actually probably exactly what she says.
Christ almighty, I can't believe I've done this.
Oh my
Shit.
god.
I just wanted to do some premonitions.
I know he had a
Because
wallet on him.
if
He gave me
the
his
sixth
money.
tradition has been broken, we need to know who the fuck it was. And she goes, we need to know who this was. And does she find any identity?
Yes. You find some information that says he's from Bakersfield, California. His name is Keyshawn Jefferson.
Sean Jefferson. Is there anything else that may be of...
The only other thing you find is that might lead you to anything New Orleans related. Is there's like a business card
Okay.
for called Helping Hands Methadone Clinic, and it looks like it's a card for in the lower ninth ward for a clinic to get people clean from heroin.
Oh, so this dude was
There are no
Or he
track
could
marks
have
on his
been
arm.
Giving it to someone, or
yeah.
he came in asking if he and his friends did the right thing. He was really nervous.
Where was he killed? Next door.
Yeah.
She puts the body in, I guess, a freezer,
Okay.
closes it. She goes, take me there.
Okay, I do.
I need to use Sense the Unseen to see if I see a call.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I need to look up and see what I roll.
I have that too. I
my-
know what it is. It's
Has my car arrived?
It should be
wits
here any
plus
minute.
aspects or resolve plus aspects.
Okay, wits plus aspects. Okay. And then
Oh God, now Winston's gonna see all this.
Well, luckily the blinds are like, or whatever that's
3
closed.
successes.
No. You are 100% sure there's not one,
There's not what?
which you would kind of
call.
expect.
It's a race.
It's
thing.
rare.
It is very rare, but
It could happen.
It could happen, and number one, if I can get this guy to tell me who the F he was, that would be nice. But also, I also need to know if we're gonna have somebody coming back with a grudge.
There's not one.
So she kind of sighs a little sigh of relief. And then she goes, what are your opinions? I can either place him in the crematorium and completely dispose of any evidence,
That sounds
or I can leave a note for that freezer not to be disturbed.
good. I think we gotta get rid of every trace, don't we?
She looks to...
Yeah.
The decision has been made. About that time, a car pulls up. Two honks. Standard for him to let you know he's here.
Yeah. Then I'm just saying, keep him in the freezer till I come back.
And she beckons you over, and she whispers, and she says, not a word to anyone, not even your sire.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So you get into the car. The back seat is normal. It pulls away. There's a passenger as well. Your sire, Sierra.
Yep.
We'll get to that in a minute. In the meantime, if either of you can stomach it, you can give me insight plus intelligence, needing 3 successes.
I got 2.
I got a
You got 2?
I got
Okay.
2.
I got 2 successes, 2 blanks, and a beast head.
Okay. That's fine. So, you're looking at it. And you're looking at it. And you're frustrated. So frustrated, in fact, that you don't do what he says.
Oh my god.
You rip the body in half in a fit of rage and throw one chunk into the furnace and throw the other. And just scream at the top of your lungs.
Iris shrinks back like, oh fuck.
And then you slam it shut and turn the gas up all the way. And as that happens, I'm going to give you a little nugget. You looked over the body. You couldn't be sure. One thing you did know is this wasn't diablerie. You know, with the soul thing, with diablerie, that you like fight
Yeah.
to get their soul out. So you didn't diablerize them. But this is a very young vampire. So young, in fact, that he doesn't have fangs. This is one of the Duskborn.
And maybe it'll be okay.
It still breaks tradition. Mm-hmm. Depending on who you ask. But
It's kind of one of those, like, if you're going to break it, that's who you want to break it on.
nevertheless, this was a Duskborn.
These are the
And
people
you
I
know
was-
they travel in groups. No role necessary for both of you. There's safety in numbers when you're that weak. Mm-hmm. And one of theirs is dead. And they're probably likely to come looking. We'll find out the consequences of that next week. In the meantime, in the car, Sierra waits for a few blocks till you're over the river. Once you're over the river, on the clean side of town, she asks, how did it go?
Well, I got to know the 2 Kindreds. They ended up living or working right next to one another.
So there were 2.
There's 2 of them, yeah. I didn't look into the Duskborn because I figured we would tackle that tomorrow. And it just so happened that it made things easier that they were living next to each other or working next to each other. One of them is very old looking and
She doesn't look old.
well,
She
I mean,
acts
Dead
old.
looking.
yeah, maybe not looking, but very. I mean, she acts like she's from like the 1800s or something. And the other one, she's definitely a character. She does the palm reading stuff. So, business
Did you help
wise,
carry the body?
I don't know. Would you have? Or would you have let
what
Dead
I- what
McGee and What's-Her-Face do it?
I thought we like dragged him over. The main question is how she know?
huh?
How does she know?
Well, the one thing I did, what I was wanting to do was to go to grab Persephone to tell her that we have a problem, and then figure out her backdoor situation, and then take it through the back.
But did you touch the body?
I don't know if I would have or not.
Probably not.
Because I
Yes,
said,
yeah.
because it's not necessarily my problem. It's my problem, but it's not my
But
problem.
you were
probably
overseeing
told
it.
me
That's
to
how
do
you were
it.
solving your
Right.
problem.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah, you probably
delegating.
So-
told
Yeah.
me to.
Character Hal.
I'm sorry, what?
She's a character Hal.
Well, one, she does palm reading stuff, but she was like winking at me weird and stuff. And being real coy about her. Well, I guess it's the Masquerade, so I guess that goes along
Yeah,
with it.
I'm a good vampire. I don't break rules.
Yeah.
Never in my life.
Are they an asset or a liability?
Well, from what I've gathered thus far, it's still a little up in the air. I know the morgue lady could definitely be an asset.
Well, I say we do this if you think at least one of them is. We have them take care of our little Duskborn problem for us.
Okay.
And of course you supervise, but
Yeah.
I think one of you going, they'll think they can handle you, but maybe a few more potential allies on your side prove their worth.
What happens if they come into combat with us?
Well, you have disposable bodies, don't you? You have shields to stay in front of you.
Doesn't that break Rule 6? Or
If
I know the prince. I know the.
she starts to laugh like way too hard.
Yeah.
She goes, "You might get it yet." No.
It doesn't.
Loopholes, my dear. We live our life in loopholes. Now, let's go do the ever so much fun job of filling out this final paperwork to make sure these assets are in your name. And we'll talk about handling the other issue tomorrow.
Okay.
We keep your friends close and those that you could use even closer.
Okay.
Come on. And over into the city you go, to your penthouse. Her penthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Overlooking New Orleans. As night grows ever darker. And a new day will approach soon. And you'll have to rest through that, as will you all. Iris, what are you doing right now?
Sitting in the dark and just staring into space. She can't believe that this just happened in all her years of being a Kindred. It maybe happened like once
Most likely.
in the beginning, yeah, but she's never.
Maybe not recently. Maybe
No,
it hadn't
it has
happened
been
recently.
a long time since she even felt like she was close to doing that. So she's horrified. She feels awful. Did she put together that he was a thin blood yet? She was kind of out of it.
No.
Okay.
And I allowed that for the bestial failure. You failed upward.
Yeah.
But that's because you couldn't you can't figure it out. You just know that, why and why didn't she diabolise? And all these questions are going through your brain.
Yeah.
And just how does that work? And I don't have time to figure this out. And I've got to cover up her fucking stupid mess. And, and just, just frustration and, that you can't dig further into this. You have to hide things and keep it away. And it's just anger.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, you've done something that you didn't know you've done in the pool of blood that you haven't cleaned up. You've drawn. You've drawn a familiar shape that you haven't drawn or seen since you arrived here.
Mm-hmm.
A spiral pattern. And shooting off from it on the outer periphery are lines.
I start trying to erase it frantically.
Your hands are covered in blood. It's going to be a long night cleaning all this up.
Yeah.
In the morgue, things burn. Ignacio, also known as Ig, makes his way in, holding a bag, brown paper bag.
Mm-hmm.
Very well put together in a suit. Well, hello, Mother.
Hello.
Is it my turn to take the shift now?
Yes.
We have one in the fire, huh? Have an errand for him? Anything picked out by the family?
No. No, my dear.
No.
We will need to have a discussion. There's some interesting developments.
And we'll talk about those the next time we play. In the meantime, I'm going to give you all 3 XP. Or wait, that might be a lot for this game. I can't remember.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
We
2.
like
I
a
think
lot.
that's
It's
actually
fine.
a lot. That's good.
We did a lot. We learned a lot.
I killed
Two.
a
I'm
vampire.
gonna give you 2
I
XP.
should have a lot.
No, it's 2. It's 2.
Get -1.
No, I think 3 is like on the high end. You're supposed
Oh.
to do like 2 is their average.
I did a lot.
You did. We're going to give you 2 XP. I thought it was a lot, then I saw, and D had no
I know.
poker
I feel
face.
so bad. I should have just been like, okay.
We're going to go.
Oh man, only 3.
We're going to do our thing where we go around the table. I'll start with Monica. Monica, what was your favorite moment of Andre's story tonight?
I really liked when he met Persephone. I thought their whole vibe was cool. Just how cool and confident she was, and he was just like, I don't know what's going on. And she was, I just liked it. It was cool.
All right. D, what was your favorite moment with Iris?
With Iris, I had several favorite moments with Iris. I really liked her talking with Andre and like trying to clue him in. Like, it's cool, dude. It's cool. and him not getting it. And she's just like, oh, you know. That and hitting her when her beast riled up and she like smacked her belly. Like, no.
It didn't work.
It didn't
The
work.
smack made it worse.
But I loved it. It was great.
And yours question's a little different, Adam.
Yeah.
As he reflects and looks out on the city skyline, what does he think of these people now that he's left to his own thoughts? These other kindred, as they're called.
I think with Persephone, he definitely sees like a lot of wisdom there that, if anything, you know, he knows that he can use to better get himself acquainted, almost as like a second sire in a way.
Okay.
Just in a small way, because of the way she did the thing with the mirror and the beast and all that.
Yeah.
She could be used as a good asset to get him familiarized with the lay of the land, and could also be good for any dirty work that clearly needs to be done. You know.
What about Iris?
Iris feels like a bit of a wild card right
Liability
now.
at this
A little bit of a liability, yeah, because while she just seemed like she was just okay, it's just this girl that's just running this shop and just doing her thing, whatever. You know, I don't know how she's gonna pay rent, but we'll take it day by day and see what happens. Seeing her munching on a body in, you know, not daylight, but like in
Like
in the
30 minutes later.
in the open,
Yeah, in the open.
in the
Yeah.
open,
Christ.
just
2 minutes after learning about the beast.
yeah.
What?
Here's how it works.
Yeah, I feel that
You got
I
a first-hand
was-
impression of how it works. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to educate the young boy.
That's right.
do as I say, not as I do. But yeah, she seems like she could potentially be a liability. But at the same time, out of character, what my character doesn't know is that who she killed was
Yeah.
essentially
What you wanted her to do.
what I wanted her
Failing
to do.
upwards.
Yeah. Failing
So-
upwards.
The other issue at hand is you've learned about a currency tonight. Something just to get you thinking as a Lasombra.
Uh-huh.
The prince told you that money doesn't matter when you're that old.
Mm-hmm.
Favors do.
Yeah.
you're keeping a big secret for her. She could owe you 1 or 2 or 3 or 4
I owe both
if it's
of you
worth
shitloads.
it to you.
Oh. By keeping this at, well, yeah.
She's in your pocket if you want her.
Yeah. As the owner of like these buildings, and
Not only that,
and the fact that I'm hiding the secrets, like you're gonna be coming with me, and we're gonna settle this.
not that she might, you don't know, but
It doesn't matter.
If it got rough, thinking like a Lasombra.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's anything that, you know, if I need to play it, like, then, because if she's open to, like, hell yeah, I'll go, or whatever, then that's not quite a favor yet.
Right.
It's not a real favor.
Well,
Because also the thing is that it's up to me as to whether or not the prince does anything about both of them.
right. Right.
You know,
Sort of. Mostly.
yeah. That's at least what my character would be thinking. That's what
What you were told.
That's what I was told. So even if it's naive, like that's as much of the world as I know.
Right. Well, it's kind of a crazy first session. A lot of unexpected
Sorry.
things happened.
It was great.
My bad.
I loved
done
it.
goofed.
I don't know. It kind of felt like that was like the way it was ended. It was supposed to go.
I like how my premonition came true with a burning body. That's fun.
Well, that wasn't intentional.
I know. That's what makes it fun.
I thought it was for the well, it was for the other one,
self-fulfilling prophecy.
but it worked out.
Yeah. So, we will leave it here for now. We will be back next week for the next chapter. But until then, this is GM Tuck wishing you all a pleasant night.